Also on YouTube. Wait, what does YouTube say? It says you're live. Wonderful. Okay, greetings petrolheads and welcome to romrom.net, the channel sharing the joy of sim racing, and today once again with the Assetto Corsa Friends and watching them drive the Porsches 911 on the GT3 Cup at Lausitzring. Luckily, and as always, luckily for you, and as always, I'm not alone, but Cody is with me, the man with the voice of 1,000 angels. Cody, how are ya?
Howdy, howdy, everybody. It's great to be here. I'm excited. We're racing in Germany today.
And I'm happy that you could take the time because you got a new job.
Yes, indeed. I do have a new job, so, you know, that won't affect commentary and that sort. I'll still be here with you guys on the weekends, but, hey, I'm doing adult things now. It's great. I'm doing the adulting.
Don't do that.
You're making it weird. You're making it weird. No, it's an office job. I go to an office.
I would say that too if I were you.
Oh, weirdo. You weirdo. Come on. We're here to race. This is the 911 GT3 Cup with AC Friends.
And we see Prochaska taking the curve a little bit too heavy.
Indeed, we're finishing up qualifying here.
Qualifying? I think it's practice, but... Let me check. What does the race thingy... So, no, qualifying. You're right. You're right. They're qualifying. Yeah, so as you were saying, Lausitzring, it's in Germany. Lausitzring has been a staple of the DTM for a long, long time. In theory, it's a tree oval, like... oh god, is Pocono a tree oval in the States?
Yes, yes.
Exactly.
Indeed.
So it's a tree oval, but it's got a race configuration also, which is what DTM races, and the DTM configuration is what our friends from Assetto Corsa Friends are gonna race.
Indeed. Looks like qualifying is now properly over. We'll have a 3-minute countdown and then we'll be on the grid.
By the way, Lausitzring is also infamous because it's the place where Alessandro Zanardi lost his legs. He lost control of the car and got T-boned so heavily by another driver who was at 320 km/h that the car broke into and took his legs with it.
You're full of all sorts of fun quips today, aren't you?
Yeah. But on the other hand, Alessandro Zanardi, for those who have followed races, who have followed his career, not only is he a multi-medalist in the Paralympics, he also drove a couple of times on DTM on a BMW that was made specially for him, and I think he drove at Misano in rain and arrived, if I remember correctly, 5th. And they were telling him that on radio, and he was like, yeah, you're joking, okay, funny, haha. And no mate, you're 5th. So a racer through and through.
Absolutely. Well, we have a new championship leader in the Porsche 911 Super Cup. That is Daniel Soll in the 96 Bang & Olufsen car. He has knocked Bevan down from the top spot. Killian Sattler is in 3rd. Bevan is in 2nd, of course. Thinnison moved up as well. He is in 4th now. And Blanc is down into 5th. And so we've got Thinnison making moves, trying to recapture the glory of his last season, where he did very, very well, finished on the podium. And Sattler, they're sitting right in front of him in points. Only 4 points separate them. So it will be very interesting to see those drivers. Watch for those finishing positions between Sattler and Thinnison to see who will take that. Same difference on points between Sol and Bevan. It looks like Sol has earned 149 points and Bevan 145.
And as always, the question to the chat: how does it sound? Is the sound right? Is everything okay? Let us know. 5 minutes till we start the race.
I think it sounds fine. Taking a look at the stream audio for a second.
Okay.
All right, we are on the grid. Now we've got the 5-minute countdown. We got 4 minutes, 30 seconds left of that. 5-minute countdown before the race begins. Bevan, always a fast qualifier. Whenever he can get on the qualifying grid. We had a little bit of issues in race 2 with that. It's always a fast qualifier, starting on pole this time around. Now it's T. Dershka in second, Noth in third, Blanc in fourth, and Sattler rounds out your top 5 on pole, or on qualifying. Bevan on pole. There we go.
Alright, I'm just making sure that everyone on social media knows that we are having this race. And I'll get the results after Brands Hatch off.
Three minutes before start. It's interesting, Denison qualifying at the back. Did he fail to set a time? He's usually a pretty quick driver.
I think he was in time, so I'm also a little bit surprised.
Interesting. We've got a few fewer drivers here than we did at the previous round. We've still got more than 10, so there's still, going to be at least one person, there will be one person, say it more definitively, that will not benefit from the reverse grid rules for race 2. Who will it be? We'll have to see. A lot of race to run. Bevan's ready to go. He's revving the engine.
We still have some minutes to go.
Absolutely.
So
gotta have enough fuel to make it to the end.
About what I was saying about Lausitzring, so you're gonna see parts that are gonna remind you of an oval, because it is a tree oval. But the part in the middle is absolutely, or the two parts in the middle, so to speak, are racing tracks. So it's a little bit like they do also in the States with some of the ovals, like Indianapolis or so, where
Daytona,
they have
a big one.
Exactly, where they have the whatchamacallit, where they have the oval and the oval configuration, but they also race with how do they call it, street, right? Something like that.
Pardon?
How is it called when you have an oval that is raced not like an oval, but with curves in more than one direction?
Oh, a roval. Road oval.
Exactly, road.
Roval.
Road, that's what they call it. 30 seconds to go.
Indeed. We'll be racing for 40 minutes of wheel-to-wheel Porsche sprint action. Coming up very soon.
Lights are on.
10 seconds to go. And
Green,
they're
green,
off.
green. Okay, good start. The first curve is heavy. It's quite difficult, but it's a good way to get positions. Ooh. Okay.
Bevan diving down in, being very, very decisive there. But it pays off, and he retakes his pole position from T. Dershka.
And the next curve, and then we come to an oval part, as we can see. Right straight here. It's very important to get a good exit before that. Ooh, and now these curves are quite difficult, especially now that they are on cold tires and cold brakes. Ooh, Bevan flying away. He's already a second away.
Absolutely. He's got clean air. Nobody out in front of him. He's just continuing his qualifying laps to try to get a little bit of extra space in between him and T. Dershka. Dershka kind of came from away and really showed that he is a force of nature. Oh. I saw Blanc going off a little bit there. He seems to be back now, down into 5th, battling it out with Sacha Girards.
Now we are on the second part of the oval, so to speak, of the tree oval, which is the start and end straight. So as you can see, whoops, is your car still on the track?
It was for a moment. It's gone now.
Okay. What did I want to say? So yeah, whoops, somebody was quite. Oh, Sasha was quite off. Yeah, as you can see, it's a very short short track. So the drivers are gonna have to deal with it a lot of times. That was very impressive seeing it with Class 1 cars when DTM was racing Class 1.
Indeed, this is the DTM layout that they use, correct?
Exactly. And those Class 1 cars on the top speed that they can reach are similar to the top speeds that Formula 1 can reach, even if the cars don't look like it. So, of course, they had to deal with these curves, and then they had to have a fast car. Making a setup for those cars must have been hell. The system is showing me Girards as first, but that cannot be right. I think there's something wrong there.
No, because and on the stream it doesn't say Girards is first. Bevan is in the lead.
Yeah. Because Bevan is 2 seconds away already from T. Drishka. And remember, these cars have a fixed setup. The only thing that you can change is... Ooh, the brake... Oops. Are you off?
Reload in. I'm just having a bit of a technical issue.
Okay. So fixed setup for these cars. The only thing that you can change is the brake balance, and I think not. And the pressure in the tires, and that's it. Not even fuel. Everything is on fixed setup. So what we see here is the best drivers on these cars on this track. And as always, it's going to be 2 races, 40 minutes per race, with the second race having a reverse grid from the places 1 to 10 from the first race. And Zatla... Ooh, Zata trying to find the line. Behind Not. He's very near. And no, you cannot get there. But of course, this straight is the best way to... the best place to gain or lose places, as we see Wang being overtaken by Match. And it seems that you're still having issues, right?
I'm loading back in. It should be fine.
There is also... now you're in again. Remember to get off the track.
Well, I'm starting in the pits.
Cool. Okay, perfect. At the side of the Lausitzring, of the tree oval, there is a big track which with two straights and small curves, which is just a test place for cars that the ADAC, the German automobile club and whatnot, uses to test cars. Blanc now getting in front of Not. Yes, he can make it stick. Ooh. And as you can see, those first curves here are quite bumpy. Wang having issues. The first curves are quite bumpy in this track configuration. You can see it here very well. So you just come full speed from the start and end straight and getting to these curves, trying to keep the car under control, and then you jump around like as if you were in a Bronco.
Sattler is running in third. He's looking very, very good so far. He's been stable, secure, no spins as he had run into in a few previous races, but Blanc is right behind him, and Noth right behind Blanc, looking to challenge him for that podium position. A lot of race left to run, boys. A lot of race left to run.
And I would be surprised if you wouldn't see somebody coming out of the curve before they go into the start and end straight, let's call it a straight, and hitting the wall, because that happens in every race that I've seen at Lausitzring. That happens every time. You just get a little bit too fast out of the curve, you lose a slight bit of control, and the wall is there to greet you.
Turn 1 is such an, or I'm sorry, the last turn before turn 1 is such an important corner for your lap time. You know, it's at the very end. It helps you not only with the end of your previous lap, but also the beginning of your next lap. And so it's very, very important to use all of the space and get all of that right. However, that corner kind of tightens a little bit on the road course. And so some drivers, as they're getting into the rhythm of everything, it's a little bit tricky to remember all of the time that you gotta save a little bit of wiggle room for the exit of that corner.
Blanc making it difficult for Zattler.
Yeah, he's tried making a move. Zattler made the rear end of his Porsche very, very wide. Here they are coming around that important final corner.
Slight moment there for Blanc.
Indeed, he's going to lose a little bit of time off of Sattler, but he's in his draft, so it looks like he was able to make that up anyways.
Yeah, but by the way, the Southern End Straight is one of the DRS points, or was one of the DRS points for Classic DTM. You saw a lot of to and fro on the Southern End Straight on the DTM. But these cars...
big hit. It looked like that was Noth
Yeah.
hard into the wall on
Yeah.
the exit onto the oval straightaway.
And losing the place to Zahn because of that.
Yeah, losing the place to Zahn, and that looked like a really, really hard hit for his suspension.
Yep.
He's kind of wiggling in and out, as we saw. He's holding on to it now, but I do not think that car escaped damage. I think he's going to have to probably deal with a car that's going to be pulling to one end, and yeah, the front end's kind of bouncing a little bit.
Yeah, he seems to have some issues getting the curves, like some understeer, and that could come from suspension issues. But of course
Blanc has passed Sattler.
Whoop. And how?
Takes third in all of that. Lots going on this track already. But yeah, that looked like on the final corner, perhaps corner entry, Sattler got a little squirrely and Blanc was able to get ahead.
As you were saying, that curve is very important because it's before the start and end straight, but it's quite difficult to take right, so yeah.
Most certainly.
Gerard's on 8th. He started 5th, right?
I believe it was around there, yes. Noth's car, I'm taking a look at it. Anytime he goes over a bump now, it absolutely upsets the car like crazy. Anytime he like goes over a bump or tries to accelerate out of a slow corner, his car just gets very, very loose. He's really, really struggling with that. However, he's still managing to hold on to the back of Zahn, so it might be a bit more difficult to handle, but he's still able to find pace in that car.
Yeah, and only when you're inside.
Noth going off, taking an escape road. It looks like he's coming into the pits.
Yeah. Yeah, so he got some damage there, and he's going into pits to repair. I'm pretty sure of that.
Indeed, that's very unfortunate end to his competitive side of this race. In a sprint race like this, if you have to pit in, it's very, very hard to get back because most of these drivers go through without taking a pit stop on these races.
Yep. There is no you do not have to pit in these races. So as I said, fuel in any way is set. You cannot load up fuel. So Bevan is already 6 seconds away from T. Driska.
Absolutely.
Like
in fewer than 9 laps so far, he has been able to make that advantage.
He is gone.
Absolutely. Yeah, Bevan, whenever he has no issues, he is definitely the quickest driver on this championship. But he's just been plagued by lots of poor luck as he goes. But in this race 1 here, he is absolutely shining, and it's great to see.
So we see Gerard's trying to be dangerous to match. I think this is the closest fight that we're gonna be seeing at the moment, as all others are. Ooh, I thought he was gonna hit match, and now they're in parallel. Gerard's taking the track much better than match, so he's just waiting, bidding his time, clearly.
Indeed, Gerard's had a bit of a rough start.
Not disconnected.
Oh, indeed. I guess that's the end of his race. he just decided not to continue.
What a pity.
Indeed.
But we're continuing seeing Gerard's now very, very near to match. I suppose exactly. He's going from to the inside. And that's the good position to get. No, he had some difficulties braking at the right point, and Match could get away for now.
Indeed, I think if Sasha Gerards were just a little bit braver and was able to throw his car in there, even if he had the apex late on the on the next corner, he would have been able to put his car just in front of Match and would have been able to hold on to the position. But Match was able to take advantage of Gerard's timidness and regain the lead.
Yeah, but now we see Gerard's again at the back of Match, so I think we're gonna see it once again. Gerard's trying to take advantage of the draft and trying to get in front of Match after the start on end straight.
Absolutely. Gerards believes himself to be a very quick driver in this series, and he's trying to prove that to Match by being able to get ahead of him. Looks like Match was able to...
Now he's a little bit further away than he was before.
Yeah, I think Gerard's had a little bit of trouble getting on the power around that final corner, and as I mentioned, that's a very important corner to get right.
Yeah, he's able to take to eat up a little bit of time between him and Match, but not enough to be able. And you see how his car is jumping around. It's a very bumpy first corners after the start and end straight, really bumpy. And we're on the other side of the tree oval. Ooh, I think Gerard is having some difficulties finding the right braking point, which doesn't surprise me because it's not easy at Lausitzring, especially at the end of these oval parts of the track, because you get so much speed that it's always difficult, as you don't always get exactly the same amount of speed.
I believe Thinnison had a little bit of an issue. Wang was able to pass him. I see some rear damage to the back of Thinnison's car. That may have been closer to the start, or that may have been this incident. I'm not quite sure. Sasha Gerard's still close to Match. He's got to get this corner right. Let's see if he can.
We cannot say the same from Drishka, who is already 10 seconds away from Bevan. Bevan is having the time of his life with this track.
Absolutely, a very, very dominant racer so far. He has been, very, very fast all throughout. The only reason he is not, in the lead in the championship is because of his technical issues that he's run into. Absent that, he's a very fast qualifier. He tends to get out front and stay out in front, and that's key. Ooh, Sasha getting very, very close to the back of Match, trying to make a move, but Match gets ahead of him, forces Sasha to take evasive action.
Yeah, the best places to make a move normally on this track are at the beginning or at the end of the straights. The place in between you can make a move, but it's more difficult as these corners are quite tight and the track doesn't leave too much space to be able to use any advantage that you may have. And here we come again. Last corner.
Sasha again a little bit late getting on the throttle. He was very, very much to the inside. Kind of as if he wanted to pass Match on the inside of that like hairpin before the corner, but he just couldn't find the move. Oh, maybe here's his chance. Mech
Oh.
swings out a little too wide.
Ouch.
Ooh,
There was a little kiss there.
indeed.
Oh, and now either Mech is getting nervous, or
I think Mech is getting nervous.
Yeah.
Trying to hold on to the position. Sasha Gerard's has shown that he's not afraid to be physical to take it from him. And it
now
looks
they're
like
in
this
parallel.
might be it. They're alongside each other. Sasha
No,
Gerard's has the
not yet.
advantage. Ooh, it's not over till it's over. Sasha Gerard's trying to close the door on him, but he doesn't quite get it done.
Now he does.
Now,
Heavens.
yes, indeed. Wow. Man, I said he didn't quite get it done right as soon as he started getting it done. My goodness.
Yeah. And
That was
and
risky
I was saying the best plays are the southern end straights. That's not where Sasha got it done.
No, indeed. But now Mech, he's early apexing. He's going to try to carry as much speed as he can.
Yeah, but he's already 1 second away, so...
Indeed. Now that Sasha Gerards has some clean air, he's going to start working on regaining top 5. That's Zahn, but he's got a lot of work to do. He's 10 seconds back. Oh,
Whoa,
Mech
goes
trying a long shot move to try to outbrake Sasha and catch up to him. Did not work.
Yeah, that first corner on the southern end straight is enormously tricky. You always think, no, I'm gonna brake a little bit later, but braking a little bit later, I think it's the place where you are the fastest in the whole track, and braking a little bit later normally means you're braking too late.
Yeah, now Mech is making all sorts of issues as he tries to push.
Yeah, that's of course the problem. Oh, Tennyson disconnected.
Indeed. I saw, Tennyson, I mentioned, got hit by that one issue. I can't remember if he spun on, or I didn't see if he spun on his own or if there was contact with another driver there, but Tennyson did run into some thing and had to pit in, it would seem, and has retired.
Pity.
Indeed.
Pity, as Tennyson is normally quite a fast driver and somebody who is always fighting at the front.
Absolutely. Denison, yeah, he's 4th. He had just moved up into 4th in the standings. Blanc close behind, but Blanc is here. Blanc is in 3rd, so might be a little bit closer there with Thennison's retirement.
Yeah, absolutely. So Bevan already 13 seconds away. It's interesting now the cars are quite stretched. Gerard's is 8 seconds away from Zahn. Let's see how that develops. Oh, Prochaska having an issue. Didn't see what he had, but at least one thing is certain. For most of the part of Lausitzring, if you go off track, you won't hit anything. You may hit somebody, but
unless it's on that final corner,
exactly,
and then you're gonna hit the wall.
Exactly. But for most of the part of the track, you land on the gravel. You start using the lawnmower instead of the car, but you normally don't hit anything.
Indeed. Blanc has been slowly but surely trying his best to make ground on T. Dershka, who's running in 2nd currently.
By the way, today we only have one Drishka.
Yes, indeed. We had 2 Dershkas at the last race. Today, just the one. T. Dershka.
But that's why we got accustomed to saying the first letter of the first name.
Indeed.
Eee. Nope. I thought match was going wide, but no, he was able to control it. And just for anybody listening to know, these cars are not easy to handle. These cars are difficult, are very, very yeah, difficult beasts. It's difficult to tame them. So in a track like this, with the curves the way they are, this curve configuration, it's not easy keeping them on the track and getting good speed.
And, you know, perhaps you might be thinking, you know, oh, it's not that bad of a car to handle. It's fine once you get the setup dialed in. This is a fixed setup race. If there's something you don't like about how this car handles, tough. All of these drivers are driving pretty much the exact same car. No variation, even in setup changes. I guess the only thing that would vary is if you hit the wall, and then you're driving a damaged car. But that's the only difference.
Yeah, that's a very heavy, a very heavy and difficult way to change the setup. Extreme setup changing. So yeah, I changed the setup in the middle of the race.
I think it's on Reddit, but there's a GIF, a sim racing GIF that's trending right now of some driver who is driving like a Formula car in iRacing, and he hits the wall, and it knocks his wheel like up in the air on the, you know, bends the suspension, but he flips over and then he hits the same wheel, and then that straightens it out, and he flips back over and lands correctly, and the suspension is still damaged, but because it was damaged like two different ways, it like looked like it was even. Very, very interesting seeing that. I love the way that iRacing handles damage modeling. It actually, that's one of the things that I like best about it.
Yeah, they changed it a couple of years ago, made it more precise, put more computational calculations into damage. So yeah. That and they got permission to break the cars in more places than is normal in sim racing,
which is very hard to do because it used to be kind of easy to do. If you look at GTR2 and all that, the licensing for those things was just fine. They're like, hey, damage the cars all you want, we don't care. But then, you know, they kind of, as cars got more realistic looking, I think it was Ferrari that started it all. They were like, you know what? We're going to put it in our terms and conditions of licensing our cars that you can't show our cars like too damaged. You can get a little damage, but you can't get too damaged. And so sort of entered an era of racing games and racing simulators that don't accurately simulate the visual damage of a car, because the manufacturers got scared that seeing their car damaged would make people afraid of driving their cars because they wouldn't think that they're safe for premium or whatever.
Blanc lost control a little bit of the car there, so maybe that's gonna help Zattler.
And it might help Sattler. It's also helping Dershka. Blanc was not really gaining on Dershka, but he was staying dangerous to him. And now it looks like he's lost a lot of that momentum that he had.
So, how's Gerard's doing? Oh, he is already 1 second away from Zahn, from the 5th, so...
Absolutely. Previously, whenever we checked in, he was like 8 or 9 seconds away, and he is now within striking distance.
So let's see how he's gonna deal with it, how he's gonna make it.
Took a very wide outside line there. I'm not sure he meant exactly to do that. Nicholas Zahn has been doing pretty well. He did his homework for this one. At Brands Hatch, I remember Zahn as one of the drivers who was, you know, spinning and kind of all over the place, a little bit chaotic throughout, but on this track he's really kind of come alive, and he's running in the top 5.
And it's interesting because I would say that Brands Hatch which is not an easy track, don't get me wrong. It's easier on the curve configuration than Lausitzring. I think Brands Hatch has a better flow than Lausitzring has, but hey, to each his own.
I would agree with you, except I think that Brands Hatch is difficult with these rear-engined Porsche Cup cars because it's got a lot of up and down, which can upset the balance of the car and that rear-positioned engine. On Lausitzring, it's a bit bumpy, but for the most part, very, very flat.
Yeah,
and
true
so it's a bit more predictable. Oh, speaking of predictable, Zahn getting a little unpredictable, sliding out a little bit. Gerard's as well. They come around, but Gerard slid a bit less than Zahn did. And
the typical monkey see, monkey do way of driving. That always happens. You're so fixed on the car in front of you that you end up driving exactly the same line, and you shouldn't when the car in front of you is going off.
Yeah, Gerard's sub 1 second to Zahn. Going to try to make that even smaller.
Going off. Dushka got an issue. And now Blanc is very
close. Absolutely. Blanc needed a break like that to catch Dushka, but he's still not ahead of him, and Dushka has the pace to stay ahead. And so Blanc's going to really have to work if he wants to take advantage and pass Dushka.
Ooh, and Blanc...
He's going for a very late apex sort of situation here.
But I think Dushka got nervous. His car went
Yeah,
squirrely.
Dushka got slidey.
Yep.
Blanc using all the space on the outside.
Now we're seeing two battles. We're seeing Dushka Blanc
had an
and Zahn Gerards.
Yeah, Wang had an incident. Prochashka takes 8th.
It's difficult to know where to look because Gerards is in striking distance of Zahn. Blanc and Dushka on the start and end straight. Gerards and Zahn now on the start and end straight. Ooh. But Blanc now 1.5 seconds already away from Dushka.
Yeah, right. I kind of figured that might happen. Dushka has that pace, Blanc doesn't quite. Gerard's and Zahn is still interesting though, as they go around the bumps.
Seven minutes to go until the end of this first of 2 races. Still enough time for Gerards to take 5th or for Blanc to take 2nd, although I think it's gonna be rather Gerards taking 5th than Blanc taking 2nd, but...
Wang is coming into the pits. I think he may be retiring.
Yeah. I mean, personally, I like the flow of Lausitzring when I drive it, and I like to take race room racing experience, take one of the Class 1 DTMs, 2019, 2018 or something like that, and go to Lausitzring. Ah! Gerards. How did he get in front of Zata?
Oh, he didn't.
Oh, okay, so it's the
oh wait,
system.
no, he did. Sattler, yeah, Sattler was previously ahead. Yeah. Interesting. I think Sattler may have had an incident that we missed.
Oh, but now Gerard's had an incident that we're not missing. We're seeing it, and Zattler takes the place once again.
Goodness, that was such a good battle between Gerard's trying to catch up to Zahn and Zahn being able to fend him off. It's unfortunate. Gerard's going to have an uphill battle if he wants to get that. With 5 minutes left to go, 6 minutes left to go, I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah.
But Sattler moves into top 5, which looks like he'll be able to hold on to that. Zahn in 4th, one of his best finishing positions that we've seen. Yeah, Zahn currently 14th in the standings. He'll get a lot of points that'll move him up today.
And Bevan is like in another galaxy. No, really.
He
like
he is
20
24 it looks like. Dushka. Under 5 minutes left to go in this race. Has this turned out about the way you figured it would, Serta?
Kinda. I didn't expect the drivers to be too far away from each other. I expect them to be more in the pack, but during the week when they were practicing on Lausitzring, a lot of the drivers were commenting that they had big issues with this track. It's a lesser known track, and I suppose that's part of it. Although many of the tracks, Gerard is having some issues, doesn't he? Many of the tracks that we're seeing here in this 911 Cup are lesser known tracks, but incredibly interesting. So it's not like
Ooh, Bevan went off a little bit. He's got the insurance for it, but
yeah.
Turn 1.
It's not like Monza or Spa, which is what you always see people driving on Assetto Corsa Competizione, for example. And that's factual, as Kunos gave us the information that that's where most people drive. So Lausitzring is not so well known, and many of these drivers were having issues, so I was expecting them to be more packed and not that far away from each other as we've seen. Let's see how it goes in the second race. For those watching, and in case you don't know or you didn't, you were not here when we were saying it, the second race is on a reverse grid from places 1 to 10, which is gonna be almost everyone as Tennyson and not DNF'd. Let's see if and when they come in again. Two and a half minutes to go, and Gerard's is a second away from Zattler. While I don't think he's gonna be able to make it in that time, it's impressive.
This is a matchup we haven't really seen much of. We've seen, a lot of battles of other drivers, but I don't think we've seen too much of Gerard's battling Sattler directly. Sattler's usually further ahead. But
Zattler's got some kind of issue, excuse me for interrupting, because Gerard's is now like at the back of him. So maybe Gerard's will still make 5th place. Who knows?
It's possible. Top 5 is always possible. Gerard's has the overspeed on Sattler. Sattler turning in early.
Comes the bumpy part.
Yeah, absolutely. Boing, boing, boing. These drivers, they don't necessarily feel it in in the way that the drivers in real life would feel the bumps, but you feel that through the wheel, and it can upset the car all the same. So it is something you have to be careful of. 1 minute left to go here in this race. Sasha Gerard is very, very close to Sattler. He can taste 5th place. If only he can catch up to him and get around him. But Sattler, a very, very quick driver. I don't know why, but he's slow on the straights right now. Gerard's has this lap and maybe one more to take advantage of it. See where Bevan is. It's going to be close on whether or not there's one more lap to go. Oh, looks like Dershka and Blanc, some sort of issue. Oh, I see a driver off. Oh, that's
one.
Gerards passes Sattler with a hit, a bit of a hit there.
What's
But
going
yeah,
on?
Gerard's ahead of Sattler. I think that may have been Prochaska that was off. I don't know for sure.
No, I think it was Wang.
Wang, okay. One of those drivers back there. But Gerards does pass Sattler. Going into the final lap.
And the race is over, so to speak, when we look at the time. And when Bevan crosses the line, which is gonna be soon, he'll be the winner of this race. There we go. Bevan has won the race, 22 seconds away from Dershka.
A little bit of celebratory weaving there.
As is customary.
Drivers coming in now. Prochaska finishes a lap down. Dershka in second. And then here's Blanc coming across the line. Zahn's got a little bit of a way to go. Those top three drivers were really in another world of their own today.
Yeah, absolutely.
And now for race 2, they will all start in the back. And it will be, I don't know, maybe Tennyson? He didn't finish the race, so I don't know how the reverse grid rules work on that specific. But it'll be Wang, Prochaska, Metch, Sattler, all starting towards the front for sure.
Gerard ends 5th.
Sattler in 6th. Sattler definitely going to be disappointed with that performance today. He's very hard on himself on a lot of that stuff. Gerard's a very good position, and Zahn, the underdog by comparison, finishing in 4th. Very cool to see.
Yeah, absolutely. So now we're gonna have, what is it, normally 5 minutes of time up, and then we're gonna start with the second race. Again, 40 minutes, but with this time with reverse grid.
You bet.
Gonna be interesting as always. So yeah, I remember. No. I was thinking about the wrong track. I remember driving to Berlin, I think it was, but I didn't go near Lausitzring. It was another track, and I thought twice about getting there, but then I said no. I got people waiting for me in Berlin, so I gotta continue. But it was like, let's see if they have open and if I can make a round. Those times I was driving a BMW, so I was like, But then I said no. I don't want to waste, or no, I don't want to lose the time. It wouldn't have been wasted, but still. On the other hand, the way I drive, it would have ended in catastrophe, so maybe it was for the best.
Don't race your driver, don't drive your racer, right?
Yeah. Although,
but
that was... I don't remember. I think it was my first BMW, and that one went on rails. That was a really great car, really well put. A little bit understeery as street cars are, but that one was like driving on rails. And we're talking Germany, where at some points you don't have any speed limit, so...
Yeah, that sounds nice. Although, I have driven on the fastest speed limit track, or fastest speed limit road, 85 miles an hour. couldn't tell you what that is in kilometers exactly, but typically, for reference, our highways are at 70 or 75. But there's a road in central Texas that is 85 miles an hour.
Because it's straight as an arrow?
No, not even.
Okay.
It's just like nice and wide, and for the most part straight. But it's got some corners to it.
All right. While we are here all together waiting for the second race to start, we surpassed the 2,000 subscribers last week or during this week, and therefore we are going to do a small stream. We're still thinking, but we think it's gonna be as we already did an Euro Truck Simulator 2 convoy next week Sunday. So fire up your ETS2 and let's convoy through wherever. I think we are in whatchamacallit, in Great Britain at the moment. In Great Britain or in France, something like that.
Yeah, we're kind of in between the two, aren't we?
Yep. And we still have some keys that we didn't give away from the Ukraine paint job, so we can give those away. It's gonna be a Q&A stream where you can ask us anything. We have been collecting questions on our Discord and on our YouTube channel, and we're gonna be answering them and just having a good time convoying around on our wonderful Ukrainian flags and colors on our trucks, having some fun.
Indeed. Celebrating 2,000 subscribers is awesome.
Yeah.
Very, very excited about that, and we're happy to celebrate with all of you. So subscribe, smash that like button, and ring the bell, all the YouTuber stuff. Feels weird saying that, honestly.
You know, you get accustomed to it.
Smash that like button. Absolutely beat the devil out of that like button.
Subscribe, click on the bell so that you get informed, you don't miss any stream, any video, or anything that we do.
Give an angel its wings and ring that bell.
Let's see how many in your generation will remember that. Although the movie is so old that any generation, yeah.
It plays on TV every Christmas over here.
In the States, yeah. Not I would say not in Europe, but on the other hand, it's shown often enough because it's really a good movie.
All right, we've got about 40 seconds of wait time to go, and then we'll go in the countdown for the race. Race 1 was an interesting one. Alfie Bevan very, very dominant throughout this race. Dershka has sort of like just shown up and is eating everybody's lunch right now, but that's pretty cool. I'm looking at the standings after Brands Hatch last time around, and they have, you know, the position adjustment. You know, you can see how many drivers went, you know, how many positions they went up or down if they did. T. Dershka went up 10 positions.
Yikes.
So he is currently sitting in 12th. And if he keeps driving like this with the amount of races that we have left, I mean, you know, it's anybody's game at this point. And Dershka's proven that he's got the pace to have a shot. So Sol, Bevan, they can't relax just yet. Speaking of which, Daniel Sol, he's not here. So he will not be earning points, but Bevan is here, so Bevan will probably be getting first place back.
Interesting, because I've seen him active on on the Discord from the Assetto Corsa Friends, so he may have had an issue or other commitments or something like that.
Indeed, indeed. Oh, I went to the DFW Auto Show or the North Texas Auto Show. They rebranded this weekend. That was a lot of fun. Saw some cool cars. A lot of SUVs. Oh boy, were there so many SUVs. But
never understood why people drive SUVs.
If you have the space for it, it's not bad, and most of them get better gas mileage than my car, so hey. They're nice and roomy, I get it. Just, you know, not for everybody, for sure. But I saw the new
dangerous.
Nissan 400Z.
Okay.
That was pretty cool. It's hot and blue. I like it. It looks, honestly, even better in person than it does in pictures. Also saw the new Supra, which doesn't.
It looks a little bit, but it looks like every other car at the moment, doesn't it? I mean, it's...
The Supra?
No, the Nissan Z.
Oh no, I like it. I think it looks good.
Yeah, but I mean, look at the Tesla 3. It looks similar to that, and most of the cars nowadays look like that. So I don't know.
I don't know, man. Whenever I think of what most cars look like, I think of a grille that is way too large for its for the car. And the 400Z is pretty good about keeping that down a little bit. It reminds me of the modified 240Zs where they would take the front bumper off. Looks a lot like that.
Anyway, I prefer the really old cars, the ones from the 40s and the 50s. They were not
for sure, but you won't find any of those at an auto show.
They were not streamlined. They didn't care about CV coefficients, and they were just wonderfully designed. But hey, times change and we need that streamline for different reasons, one of them being fuel efficiency.
Speaking of which, I sat in a Mercedes EQS. That's an interesting car. Very interesting.
What's that? EQS?
Mm-hmm. The whole thing kind of looks like a bean. It's, Doug DeMira did a video on it. I recommend checking it out. It's fun. We are less than a minute to race time.
Strange. It doesn't very much look like a Mercedes.
Yeah. Oh no, it looks like I'm looking at Wang's car. He was due to start on pole, and he accidentally hit the escape button, I think, and had to log back in. So he's going to be starting from the pits.
Ah, bother. Ah. Oh well.
However,
20
the pit
seconds
straight's
to
so
go.
long.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll be able to get out in front still.
Yeah, but isn't it so that Assetto Corsa doesn't allow you to start before the last one has passed? Lights are on.
Maybe. It might issue a penalty sort of thing where you gotta wait.
And there we go. We have started. Remember to get off the track with your car. Exactly. Whoops. Not off the server, off the track. Ooh, very tight on the first corner. Cars bumping a little bit into each other. But all in all, without any big incident.
I ran into another technical issue. So if I click off my onto another monitor, it'll get really weird.
Strange. So things are getting a little bit squirrely here. Now they are all getting into line after the straight after the second straight. Wang is still being shown as first here on my monitor, but I wouldn't be so sure. Of course, at the moment, all the cars quite near to each other. That may change. Ooh. Even almost hit Gerard's.
If you change the camera to Wang's car, it actually looks like he is in front. I don't know for sure.
Yeah? Okay.
But yeah, I think he was able to take advantage of just being so far ahead that whenever the race began, he started it from the pits and was able to get a weird little head start. Kind of a strange loophole, but it worked.
Bevan trying to overtake Gerard's and making it stick. Yes. Oh! Dishkav lost control of the car completely. Blanc did also. Ay, ay, ay. So Wang still on first place. Zatla trying to overtake. We're gonna see a lot of movement here because of the reverse grid.
Indeed, I see Bevan has already worked his way up into fourth. A lot of hustle from Bevan there in this first couple laps.
So Bevan trying to take Zatla's position. Preparing. Ooh, car was a little bit squirrely there. Preparing himself for the start and end straight.
Indeed. Sattler got a very good line out of there, and he's got the draft from Metch.
On the other hand, Bevan has the double draft, so. And yeah, Zatla trying to overtake. I don't know if he's gonna be able to.
Sattler does it. Bevan does
two
it.
positions.
Oh, Bevan slides. Gets a little squirrely. He regains no big issue, but Metch takes the position.
Yeah, he Zatla took Bevan took the curbs too heavily, and the car lost a little bit of control there. But Bevan now taking the curve very tight and making it stick.
Absolutely. It's not the fastest way through there, but he was able to wedge his Porsche right in front of Metch, and it blocked Metch from being able to carry his speed.
Yeah.
It's a very expert move.
I mean, Bevan is no slouch, as we know.
Absolutely.
Wang's still first, so enjoy it while you can.
Indeed. With Sattler and Bevan close behind, that's going to be tough to hold on to, but maybe, just maybe, the American can do it.
I don't think so.
That's why there's many maybes in there.
Yeah. Bevan getting near Zatla already. Half a second away, and I don't think he's gonna know. He's not gonna try to overtake now, but maybe on the opposite straight. Let's see. Ooh, Zan almost touched Gerard's.
Ooh, Bevan, very good line out of there. Got very close to Sattler for just a second.
Zatla taking a very tight line.
The defensive line that Bevan used.
Yeah. And Bevan trying to find a hole.
You criticized me for double entendres. Looking towards the outside.
Imagine if I would have said Bevan at the back of Zatla trying to find a hole. That would have been a double entendre.
Oh my goodness. Yep, that would do it. That would do it.
And
Bevan. Very tricky line to get right, but it seems that he has it. He's alongside Sattler. It's going to be a drag race.
Yeah. And Sattler has the inner line, which is the good one on the southern end straight.
Yep, Bevan is forcing him down, though. Yep, there you go. That was very, very expert. Because Sattler, you know, usually has the inside line there, but Bevan forces him down so that it, you know, it's not effective
That was
anymore.
a little bit too aggressive from Sattler, in my opinion. But anyway, Gerard's lost control of the car at the end of the southern end straight, by the way. So.
Oh yeah, all the way down for Gerard's.
And Bevan is already trying to get Wang's position, taking the curve. It's like his move, taking that curve at the end of the second straight very tight.
Absolutely. Wang's holding on though. Wang's like right on the back of Bevan. You know, Bevan out in front is unstoppable. But honestly, Wang's done a really, really good job in these few laps. In 1 minute 28.043.
No, but now he goes wide and Sattler takes the position.
Making some
I
mistakes
think he got
there.
nervous. So Gerard's down to 8th after losing control. I suppose Bevan is gonna be unstoppable now.
Quite possibly, but I wouldn't count Sattler out of it.
True that. But the way that Bevan was in the first race, he just drove away with it. Sattler now taking the curve at the end of the second straight tight so as to win a little bit of time against Bevan. So again, the cars all quite away from each other, only Dirschka near Blanc. And we saw Blanc on the first race having some issues, so being near is a good idea because he may commit an error and then he's gone. So, hey. Alright, Wang holding, I mean, he's 2 seconds away from Sattler, but that's not that much. So, at the moment, holding 3rd. Oh, Zan took over from Wang as Wang went white. Pity. I jinxed it. And now Blanc is near Metch.
Quite a tight little group here with Metch, Blanc, and Dirschka.
And Metch was about, Blanc was about to go on the inside, but he thought better of it. It's not a good idea to try to overtake.
Whoa! Dirschka forcing himself alongside. It's a little bit squirrely because he's half on the grass there. Maybe it works against Metch. Oh, wow.
Yeah, he forced himself a little bit too hard there, so...
Oh, it was incredibly aggressive. Absolutely incredibly aggressive. But, boy, did it work.
Yeah,
somehow it was
let's
clean.
See, because now we are at the end of the southern end straight.
He's going to overshoot it a little bit, but he still maintains it. Insane moves, but it worked.
Blanc went to white, and that's why Dirschka and Metsch took the position.
Absolutely. Dirschka, a maniac, but apparently a calculated one because it worked. He just passed 2 cars in a lap.
Yeah, I don't know. If I would be race control, I would be analyzing that move because he may have been a little bit too aggressive. I would be looking if he tapped one of the other drivers.
There was no contact. There was absolutely no contact in any of it. He was incredibly close, but he never went off track. There was no contact. It was all by the book. It was just incredibly risky.
And aggressive, but hey, I mean, if you don't go for a... No? Okay, let's see how they come out. Still quite tight.
Indeed, certainly between Blanc and Metsch.
Yep.
Hanging on the back of him, he's got the draft, got the overspeed. Don't think he'll make a move this time, but he's going to use it to get real close. Oh!
He taps him, but...
A little too close.
A gentleman waiting for him after noticing that he did something wrong there.
Absolutely, he knew he got into the back of him.
Yeah, Gerard thanks both of them as he takes the position. Whoa, and Blanc now
Indeed.
went white.
Indeed. Bevan is, of course, being dominant out in front as ever, but Sattler's not letting him take this one as easily as he took the last one. Sattler only 3.5 seconds back.
Wang already down to 5th, but hey. At least we haven't seen him doing big errors. Like small errors he's been doing, but not the big errors that he was doing on the first race. So,
Indeed.
Hey, he got enough practice on the first race.
Yeah. And sometimes just, you know, that's what it takes. You learn during the race.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I always tell people to, if they want to practice for a race, they should practice fighting against the AI, because driving the race is a completely different situation than having any space that you want, being able to take the track the way that you want, not having any pressure. The best way to practice is against the AI, so that you have the pressure, you have other cars around you, and that's how you do it. Lang wanting still to take the place from Metsch.
Indeed, battle down for 7th. Sasha Gerard's getting a little bit dangerous towards Wang. Sasha knows he has the pace, and just kind of trying to reel in Wang, but Wang has been doing like relatively decent.
Yeah.
Holding on. 25 minutes left to go. I don't think he'll have the consistency to maintain, but that's what Sasha Gerard's is relying on, at least.
Yeah.
But we shall see.
I mean, I gotta confess, I've never tried driving these cars on Lausitzring, so I think that I would have a hard time with those, because I have a hard time with Porsches in any case, and with these Porsches especially. So, oh, Metsch and Blanc trading places. Oh, and Blanc losing control of the car, unluckily.
Oh, yes. A hard spin into the grass. He's able to stop it without any major damage, but he gets going. Unfortunate for him, but hey, Prochaska now has a chance at not finishing last. So that's going to be
by the way, Tennyson
didn't
didn't come back for the second race.
Noted. Yeah, he may have had a technical issue or some other conflict he had to go through.
So Gerard's still trying to find a way to overtake Wang. Oh, Wang loses control. Gerard's gets into him.
Nothing like a backwards Wang.
Yeah.
And he's gone very, very far into the grass to avoid conflict, but Yeah, that's going to set him very, very far back. Unfortunate.
I mean, it's the
He
first
had
time
just
that,
set his best lap,
he's
too.
racing, right? Who?
He did a 1 minute. He did a 1 minute 27.5. Wang had just set his best lap.
It's the first time that he's racing with his league, right? I don't remember seeing his name before.
I believe he's racing an ADPS as well. I think.
Okay, but
so,
in the 911, it's the first time.
Yes, I think this is his first 911 championship.
Hey, we all started somewhere. So Bevan is on first, only 4 seconds away from Zattler.
Indeed.
And I say only because on the... Oh! Wang lost control of the car again. And Prochaska takes the place without fight. Pity, not too long ago Wang was on 5th.
Indeed, he started in first. Yeah. He fought valiantly, though. He got a bit of a taste in... you know, fighting in the pack with the big guns, and he was able to hold on for, you know, quite a few battles. So, you know, Wang's had a taste of the front, and he'll probably want more of it. Add that to the innuendos list.
You don't know how strongly I'm biting my lips at the moment.
At this point, some of these are intentional.
So Bevan 5 seconds away from Zattler. Zattler 7 seconds away from the third. Oh, Bevan lost control.
Oh,
and Zattler takes the position.
Indeed.
Those 4 seconds were worth nothing as Bevan lost control and is now on second. With 20 minutes to go.
Yeah, Bevan can take that in 20 minutes, but Sattler is nothing to shake a stick at. He can absolutely give Bevan a run for his money.
Yeah, Bevan is gonna make it. Zattler is gonna make it difficult for Bevan, and he will be able to.
Yeah. Nicholas Zahn in third. He finished in 4th in the previous race. He's running in 3rd in this one. This is setting up to be his best performance yet.
Seems Lausitzring is the flow of Lausitzring is a flow that he likes.
It seems so.
I mean, I do understand anyone who has issues with how the corners are set up at Lausitzring, but as I was saying in the first race, I do like the flow. It's a track that I somehow understand quite well. Better, I gotta say that I understand Brands Hatch. Bevan now trying a little bit too hard to be fast and unsettling his car a little bit too much, I think. Lost a little bit of control there. Regained it fast, but still. And that didn't cost him time. Look at that. Getting nearer and nearer to Zattler. Yeah, on Lausitzring you also have to know which curbs you can take and which curbs you should not take, especially with these cars. Have a second away from Zattler. I don't think he's gonna try anything, but of course he's getting nearer. No, not even. He didn't win that much time. Ooh, that's what I'm saying. Bevan took the curbs too hard. So Zatla's being more conservative in the way that he's driving? Let's see. And the Bevan move, taking the corner very tight, and he takes first position from Zatla.
Sattler looking toward the inside, maybe a little touch there.
Yeah, a little love kiss. Like, hey, congratulations, you took the first place from me. Let me give you a kiss.
Boink.
So Zatla's having none of that. He's keeping very, very near to Bevan. And now we'll see on this last corner how they come out. I think Bevan came out better. Zatla losing a little bit of time.
Well, it's the Brit in front of 5 Germans. We're here at Lausitzring. Race 2. 18 minutes left to go. This is exciting.
Yeah. And the bumpy part. They commented on their Discord before the race. Hey, for you to know on the stream, the first corners are bumpy as heck. Ah, Bevan going wide? No, but he didn't lose any time with that. Okay. So he went wide, keeping speed. Alright. So he only goes tight on that corner when he is trying to overtake. Interesting. Interesting choice of line. What is clear is that Bevan can control these monster quite well.
Indeed, he's got a mastery of the Porsche Cups.
Yep.
Kilian Sattler having a great run this time around. You know he's going to want first, especially since he had a taste of it for a little bit. But I'm sure he'll be more than happy to finish in second, because he has been, having a few issues in the past few races. He's ended up facing the wrong direction at more than a few of them lately, and not really driving the way that he likes to consider himself driving. He's a very talented racer, very, very quick laps, but he's been struggling with consistency in this Porsche Cup. And it seems that he sort of found his consistency here in race 1, and especially here in race 2. And he's racing up there with the big boys again.
And by the way, we're following Blanc, who is still behind Metch.
Indeed, but all in all, getting closer and closer to him. Nicholas Don running in third still. Oh, Sasha Girard's, it looks like, just made it into fourth.
Yep.
Yeah. Overtook T. Dushka.
And Blanc now, Metch on the inside. Blanc had enough speed and took the position easily. 15 minutes to go on the second race. Ooh. That was a hard waste transfer there with Blanc's car. But didn't have any issues.
Kilian Sattler is gaining on Bevan through sector 1. Slowly but surely, he's trying.
Blanc loses control.
Oh, goodness.
Metch takes the position. He hit the wall hard. So let's see what that has done with his car.
That's going to carry some damage, certainly. And going through these corners, you're trying to hold on as much mechanical grip.
Yeah, it doesn't
mess up your
look
suspension.
Good.
Yeah, that's race over for a lot of these drivers.
I think it is, because the way that Blanc is driving right now, it doesn't look as if he's got a healthy car.
No.
Oof, no, no. I think that's the end of the race for Blanc. Jazz overtook Match, and he was too happy and went off the hard way, with Match having nothing to do with it. That was Blanc all alone by himself. What a
Indeed.
pity.
Sattler, he's been gaining on Bevan, who's running in first. He's been gaining on Bevan in Sector 1. Definitely quicker than him through there, but in Sectors 2 and 3, he's just a little bit slower, and he's losing about, I think, about a half a second a lap on Bevan. At least going off the last lap and a half. Ooh, Blanc gets a stop and go. He might be just coming in to retire, so
Yeah.
he might not even bother serving that.
The way that he was that he was driving that car, I think that car got hit very hard.
Indeed.
So 12 minutes to go. Bevan on first with Zatla 3 seconds away from him. Zahn on third, Gerards on fourth. He's gonna be happy if he ends this way. Dushka fifth. And Blanc still in pits. So maybe he's just repairing and coming out. Yeah, I think he's coming out. Yep, he's coming out of pit. Maybe just for spite, like, hey.
Whoa! Spin from Dushka. Big
And
spin
how?
from Dushka.
Yeah, on the straight. But match was too far away. He doesn't profit right now from it. Maybe later, as of course he's now enormously nearer to. Whoop. Bevan now already 4 seconds away from. Oh, Prochaska going off. Bevan 4 seconds away from Zatla. With 10 minutes to go until the end of the race. Oh, Bevan had a little bit of squirrely car. And Zatla is now very near to him.
Just made this last 10 minutes a bit more interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, Sattler squirrely moment.
Yeah, he
Dipping a wheel
took
off
the
the
curb
grass.
a little bit too. Yeah. Grass or curb, I'm not sure, but yeah.
Oh, he didn't hit anything to spin. He just kind of got on the throttle a little too heavy going over a bump. But as he was straightening out, he ended up dipping a wheel in the grass.
So he's not gonna be able to profit from Bevan's error. Because now Bevan is already 1.5 seconds away. So because of Blanc's issues, Wang is not gonna be finishing last. Or
That's true.
it would be surprising if Wang would finish last after lungs issues.
Mhm.
On the other
Just
hand,
given
Wang,
no other incidents.
yeah, Blanc is still on the race.
That's yeah, absolutely.
So Bevan and Zatla. Ooh, Zatla again. He did exactly the same thing. At the end of the start, at the end of the second straight, he took the corner a little bit too hard, and his car, well, his rear tires were trying to overtake his front tires. By the way, next race is gonna be on the 10th of April. Which
Yes,
is in
it
2
is.
weeks' time at Mugello. And same time as always, 8 CET, 8 p.m. CET. It's gonna be race 5 of, let me check, of 8. So this is race 4. This is, so to speak, the middle of this season. So you will be able to enjoy a lot of stream from us. Next week we expect we're gonna be driving a convoy on ETS2, so if you want to join us in the convoy, you're very much invited. It's gonna be a Q&A stream after we reach 2,000 subscribers.
Absolutely, come drive with us, and you can watch me make all sorts of, you know, traffic violations that are legal where I'm from.
No, they aren't.
You can turn right on red. You can pass somebody on the shoulder. Those are all things that you can't do in Europe. At least most European countries.
By the way, Prochaska lost a little bit of control of his car, and Wang got the 7th place because of that.
Hey, there we go.
And Bevan is already 3 seconds away from Zatla. Once again.
Once again.
So as I was saying, match driving very hard and his car getting quite squirrely. So next week, ETS2, maybe ETS2, in any case, Q&A stream. We already have some questions from people in the channel and on Discord, but you will be very welcome to ask any questions you have on the Q&A stream next week. And the week after that, we're gonna be at Mugello with this same league, with this same season 911 GT3 races. And we're just now crossing the 5 minutes. So in 5 minutes, the timer will be over. The race won't, because it's 1 lap more after the timer goes on 0.
Yep.
But provided there are no big issues.
Oh, he said it.
Yeah, I'm jinxing it so that we get something going on here. Oh, Match lost control of the car. But Wang is too far away, so I don't think that's gonna change anything.
Nicholas Zahn still running in a confident third place.
Yeah, with no issues, like, he's doing his thing.
Mm-hmm. Very cool to see. Big improvement over these 3 previous rounds, and then in this 4th round as it comes to a close. Zahn is doing better and better each time. Good to see. Grishka having less of the dominant experience that he had at Brands Hatch. Which I say dominant, didn't quite win a few issues, but very good on pace. Uh-oh, Bevan.
Yeah.
Oh, Bevan had a bobble. Sattler's in front, but Bevan's right behind him. 3 minutes left to go. We have a battle.
Yeah.
Well, your jinx worked.
It's the second big error that Bevan does in this race.
Indeed.
And it's strange because the first race he drove like nothing. So it's strange that he twice got such big issues.
I think the first time
Sattler or maybe he's getting tired.
And tired might be a part of it. Sattler was fighting his way through other drivers most of the first race and was only able to, get into a decent position, about 3/4 of the way through. But with the reverse grid, Sattler was about in the middle, and Bevan had to fight his way all the way through the pack. And so I think Sattler has a little bit more, fighting experience on this. Bevan was in front the whole time, which is great if you're hot lapping, but Sattler was fighting for those positions, and he fought his way to get through all of this. Bevan less so in the first race, and then the second race he's expended a whole lot of energy having to fight through every single car on the grid to get up to the front, and he did, and he's doing great. But as we come to a close here, he might be getting a little bit tired and struggling a little bit. So his pace is still great, and he's contending with Sattler here for the lead. But just those few little incidents, I think, was just a little lapse of concentration after having to be so good for so long.
Yeah. And also, Grishka had an issue. Match cannot profit because he's too far away, but we're keeping on these two, Sattler and Bevan, when there's a minute to go until the end of the race. And Sattler was very clever at the end of the second straight, because he didn't take the end of the straight, the corner, very tight, but tight enough that Bevan could not do his move that we've seen him doing a couple of times already.
Indeed. So, coming into the last lap here. This will be it.
Sattler taking the inner space.
Yeah, Bevan going around the outside. He touches the grass a little bit, slows him down. Sattler has the better line through there. But Bevan's still able to stay right behind Sattler, glued to the back of him in his draft. Of course, a lot of good that does them in the slow corners here. But he
that was clever from Sattler. Let's see how Sattler is gonna take the end of this car. Yeah. Oh no, he goes wide. And Bevan can do his standard move. But Sattler side by side. Ooh,
absolutely.
4, 3, 2,
a lot of speed around the
1, 0. Time's over. So when they cross the line, whoever crosses first is gonna be the winner.
Indeed. But after all 40 minutes of this race, it has come down to this. Bevan's in front, Sattler's right behind. Sattler knows how to be aggressive when the time comes. He looked to the outside, thought better of it, ducked down to the inside, say that 5 times fast. And yeah, it looks like coming around to the last corner here, unless Sattler can really find some speed, it's going to be Bevan. It's going to be Bevan here.
Yeah, but very, very tight.
Oh, incredibly close. Sattler had a great move lined up, but Bevan was just able to just get right in there, and they cross the line. There you go. It's official. Bevan wins both race 1 and race 2 of the ACF Porsche 911 GT3 Cup at Lausitzring.
And Sattler was only 0.3 of a second away from Bevan. And Zahn got 3rd, Gerard's got 4th. He's gonna be happy about that.
This is Zahn's first podium, I believe.
Cool. And Dershka is gonna be finishing 5th. He's gonna be happy about that.
Line in 6th. Wang 7th. Prochaska 8th. And Blanc crossing a lap down. He's in 9th.
So we expect you to have enjoyed this race as much as we did. Remember, in 2 weeks there's gonna be the next race at Mugello, and in 1 week we're gonna be convoying around with ETS2, we expect, and doing some Q&A and just shooting the breeze, taking it easy, having just a little bit of fun and answering your questions and any other questions you may have on the chat. So, how did you like Lausitzring, Cody?
Oh, this was a fun race. Race 1 was, you know, it was just kind of okay, but race 2 here was thrilling, absolutely amazing. This was a very, very fun track, I think, from a spectator standpoint. We all got to see everything take place in this sort of a bowl shape, sort of a triangular bowl. And I like Rovals, and this one's kind of a good one because, you know, you've only got the one banked corner, but it adds like a little bit of extra challenge because you have all of these regular old road course corners and then just, oh, no, and now we're on a banking again. And so it's pretty cool to see. But it made for a lot of great racing, and thank you to all the drivers who showed up, and thank you all to the viewers. It was great to have you all.
And with these fantastic last words, we say save fuel, collect pickup, and we'll see each other on the podium. Thank you, Cody, for being here. It's always fun to have you.
Bye!
Bye!